My Lakers have been killing it this free agency, despite losing a few of our rotational players from last season, such as Rajon Rondo, Avery Bradley, who he wasn't there for the playoffs anyways, Dwight Howard, who also, by the way, capped to the entire world about staying in LA hours before signing with the 76ers. So yeah, he did us dirty again. But then we also got rid of Danny Green, thank goodness. But despite losing all these players, we were able to fill them in with even better pieces to surround LeBron James and Anthony Davis. So let's take a look at each of the Lakers' new signings and see how they fit right into our team. Our first acquisition was Dennis Schroeder, who was an incredible pickup for us. He has been great in OKC his past 2 seasons, and he was also a great player in Atlanta. He is going to help fill that role that Rondo had last season of being our second ball handler and facilitator, as well as playmaker behind LeBron James. Schroeder averaged 19 points per game with 4 assists per game last year, and he will give us a much needed scoring punch at the point guard position, and he'll also be able to spread the floor out even better than what Rondo could, considering he shot the 3 ball at 38.5% last year. That's something that Rondo has gotten better with over the years, but he's still nowhere near 38.5%. Next we have Montrezl, the NBA's reigning 6th man of the year. He'll be able to fill the role and do it even better than Dwight did. And I'm not trying to disrespect Dwight by any means, but Montrezl is better at this point in their careers, and I think everyone would agree with that. Montrezl finished last season with an average of 18.7 points per game and 7 rebounds per game for the Los Angeles Clippers, and is also a very good rim protector. He can run the floor, catch the alleys, bang down low in the post, and give your team 20 plus a game if he was a first option, and even as like a third or fourth option if you want to put him behind Lou Will. He averaged 18.7 for the Clippers. Playing alongside AD, he obviously won't be the first option, but I fully expect to see Montrezl blossom this upcoming season by gaining a starter role, unless he insists on still coming off the bench, which would be great as well. He would give us a great scoring punch off the bench, which we lacked from certain players this past season. Or we could put our next signing into the starting lineup next to AD, and it could possibly be even scarier. Marc Gasol was another addition the Lakers just made to their squad for this upcoming season, and I can't even tell you how much I love this signing. We saw how much of an impact Gasol immediately made in Toronto a couple years ago when they signed him before the playoffs. He legitimately gave them that defensive anchor piece to help them become a legit finals favorite. And sure enough, Gasol did exactly what was expected of him. He gave Joel Embiid problems all series against Philly, although he didn't do much offensively, which we don't really expect him to do that much anyways now given his age. But defensively, he still locks up. He held Joel to 17 points per game and 7 rebounds per game on 37% shooting from the field. So some uncharacteristic-like numbers from Joel thanks to the defense of Marc Gasol. He was also a big part in clogging the paint and creating the wall that dramatically slowed down Giannis. Giannis was only able to average 22 points per game on 44% from the field. Dwight Howard was our second best rim protector behind AD last season, and now we have Marc Gasol to take over that. And the best part about the Gasol signing is that the Lakers got him at a steal of a price. He signed a 2-year deal worth around $5 million. Couldn't have asked for a better deal, honestly. The Lakers were also able to add Wes Matthews on a 1-year, $3.6 million deal. Wes Matthews is a 12-year vet who's been around a lot of teams. He's able to give you that 3 ball at a pretty consistent rate, and he has made a living doing so for his career. Before his Achilles tear, he used to be a guy that can give you 15 to 16 points per game, but since then, he hasn't looked the same due to the injury and just getting older in general. But he is another shooter we can put on the wing, and I can rely on to knock down the 3 ball when we need him to. A big issue with the Lakers last season was the inconsistency from behind the 3-point line throughout the season. The Lakers only hit about 35% of 3-pointers last year, which ranked 21st in the league, but to their defense, they did not take many, ranking 23rd in the league for 3-pointers attempted, and the Lakers were pretty much bigger than almost every team they came across, so they did a lot of the work in the paint, let alone shooting threes. But if we can add the aspect of more consistent 3-point shooting, the Lakers would really be unbeatable. But Wes Matthews has been a consistent 38% 3-point shooter throughout his career, and he was able to knock down 39% of his 3-pointers in the playoffs last season for the Bucks. So, let's see if he can keep it up, that consistency for the Lakers. That would be another great addition on another team-friendly deal. The Lakers were also able to make all of these new additions while still being able to keep good pieces around him like KCP. Can't believe I said a good piece, but hey, I mean, he came through for us in the playoffs in the regular season. As much slander I gave him during the regular season, and as much hate as he did receive, he came through when it mattered most, and that's what's most important. So I'm definitely glad to have him back. Hopefully he can bring that energy throughout the whole season next year. So we shall see on that one. And then we were also able to re-sign Markieff Morris, who showed inconsistencies from behind the line throughout the regular season. But just like KCP, when it came to the playoff time, he was hitting the three ball at 42%, which was huge for us considering Danny Red couldn't buy a three in the finals. I love the intensity and versatility Morris brings to the Lakers off the bench. He is a vet who brings great locker room presence and can really contribute to the team in various ways. I know a ton of people who were hating on him for the pass to AD, but situations like that happen all the time. The entire play did not happen the way anyone expected it to. Yet, it was an ugly pass, but I don't blame him on that. Next time, let's just not have Danny Red taking the last shot, please. I believe all these new additions and adding pieces to our weak spots on the team just made the Lakers that much better for next season. And allowed me to remind all of you that the Lakers went 16-5 this past postseason, so we won that ring in a pretty dominant fashion. If you want to hate on it and call it the Mickey Mouse ring, be my guest. But at the end of the day, the Lakers are still hanging their 17th championship banner, and they set themselves up in a great position to make a repeat next year. This time, no bubble. If the Lakers dominate again and win 2 years in a row, what excuses will all these haters have then? I would honestly love to hear them. Because of this whole bubble situation, everyone was just doing what they had to do. They want to call it the Mickey Mouse ring, but these players are put in this situation, and they went and they played ball, and, the best team won. It is what it is, but we'll see again next season when you can call it the real finals, but I fully expect the Lakers to make a repeat. We've made a lot of great additions, and a lot of great pieces are going to help this team excel to even the next level. The biggest thing that may stand in the way is if James Harden does end up on the Brooklyn Nets, then we might have to add a few more pieces, but there's a lot of great chemistry that this team is going to have next year, so I'm excited to see it. So if you guys enjoyed the video, please remember to smash that like button, drop a comment down below, and of course, hit that subscribe button for more future basketball content. So it's been your boy Jared from Hoop Network. Thank you for enjoying another episode of Hoop Insight, and I will catch you all on the next one. It's been real, y'all. Peace out.